This one sponsored by Rivertown Bar and Grill. This will be interesting in a lot of different ways. All three drivers have been on this river before.
Yes.
Two of the three drivers have won here before. All three have been in competition here before. All three know this is not necessarily the best place to be on the inside.
Yeah.
But it's how much of the dice do you want to roll how early in the day?
Yeah. Well, to me, the old saying goes to mind, and I use a golf terminology, you can't win the tournament on Thursday, but you can lose it.
Same as the first corner.
Exactly. And also in Heat 1A, you can't win the Gold Cup in the first corner, but you can lose it.
But you can lose it. And you heard Jimmy Shane talk to Rob a little bit ago. Photographer, get your camera ready because that first turn is rough. You're going to see some boats in the air.
Yeah, and I would say, for the most part, they will, and I like to use the term tiptoe through that corner a lot. And I have a feeling that's probably going to be the case until we get to the final.
Well, and, bottom line is you want to be able to run at 5:30. We have 6 boats here. I will use the assumption very loosely that we'll run 4 and 2 trailers, 4 on the front line and 2 trailers. That is just an assumption. All things considered, everybody makes it, survives until the 5:30 final.
Yeah.
That being said, you can't run in the final unless you make it there, and you've got to keep it all in one piece. So back to your point, you can't win the Gold Cup in Heat 1, but, man, you can lose it, and you can lose it badly, not only for yourself, but other people if you try to do more than what you need to. And, again, always to remember in a situation like this, and I don't know how they've laid it out at drivers' meetings, but you want to be on the front row. You gotta assure yourself that. You don't want to start from the trailer position, but you actually have to survive the 3 elimination heats to get there.
Right. And to me, that's the most important thing on everybody's mind, because Jimmy Alston said, it's going to be exciting for the fans, but us drivers are going to have to use our heads.
Very much so. And, don't lose it in the first heat. And it's always been my philosophy for heat number 1. Always, and this is a little different today because there's only 6 boats. When there's 10 or 11 or 12 boats that are participating and you eliminate boats from going in the final, this first set of heats is always the second most important heats of the weekend.
Yep.
If you score poorly here, your time, your effort to get to the final is going to be compromised.
Yeah.
If you score well here, you've set the day. You have set the tone for the day if you can score well in the first heat.
Yeah, and we've seen that in numerous times, whether it's at Detroit or Tri-Cities, and I'm not talking about the Gold Cup. You want to put yourself on the front row. If there's a 4 or 5 boat heat, again, this is not today, but if there is, and you win or but then have a penalty, and you go from 400 to 127 points, which is 5th place points.
Right.
1 to the 5. If you couldn't already hear that.
Rivertown Bar and Grill as the heat sponsor for Heat 1A here at the 2021 APBA Gold Cup, presented by Nucor of Madison. Of course, the Grand Prix America Series presented by Knighton Industry. So we'll see boats on the water here within the next minute. 3 boats. This will be 2 3-boat heats. It'll be 3-boat heats for the afternoon until we get to the final at 5:30. And then, of course, we'll run 1A and 1B for the Unlimiteds, run 2A and 2B for the Grand Prix America hulls. And everybody in the pit area working, Travis, knows it is going to be a quick, fast-paced day. You better be ready. You better be planning ahead because it's not a day where we're going to wait for you.
Yeah, we're not going to wait. That's because we're going to go.
Yep.
We've got to go. 3, 2, 1, mark. 5 minutes, green flag on the course, and the boat should be able to leave the dock.
And with that, Dave Billwalk will be the first one to spool up and leave the pit area in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. Stop freaking, call Beacon. Bill Cahill and the Beacon Plumbing sponsorship.
Jimmy Shane and the Goodman Real Estate Home Street Bank headed out as well. And Corey Peabody and the Pinnacle Peak Consulting, all three H1 Unlimited are up and running as we are at 4:15 before the start.
The question you asked me yesterday, and I was going to check, and I was just sitting here thinking about it as Corey Peabody gets up on plane. Last year, Dave Billwalk raced before this year was 2014.
14.
Because him and Jimmy Shane had some issues.
At Tri-Cities in Seattle, I believe. Is that right?
You are correct.
Yeah. With the Elam boat that...
No, it would have been with Shoemaker's boat.
Shoemaker's boat. Dave Billwalk cuts the Grand Prix course, headed from back to front. Jimmy Shane going to go all the way up into turn 2. 3:30 before the start as Billwalk crosses the start-finish line. Corey Peabody is headed that way as well.
Headed up towards the bridge as Jimmy Shane is up in turn 2. Billwalk in 1, Shane and Peabody up in 2 with now approaching 3 minutes to go before the start.
3 minutes right now.
I like this on the TV screen too.
Oh, yes.
That's nice.
Mr. Tate told us it would be on there. And
that's fantastic. Jimmy Shane across the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Dave Billwalk once again goes to the infield as Corey Peabody comes down across the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line, and then Dave Billwalk will follow suit in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. Shane down in 1, Peabody just about to get to 1, and Billwalk will go down to 1 as well.
So all three in the lower corner now headed up the backstretch. 2:20 before the start of Heat 1A.
I'm going to assume, and this is horrible to do, especially when you're trying to guess lane assignments for Heat, what everybody wants to do.
Yeah.
I would assume most will want to go up underneath the bridge, although Billwalk has not gone out underneath the bridge in this 5-minute period.
Not yet.
2 minutes to go.
Corey Peabody going to cut the course from back to front.
That's why it's not good to assume. Dave Billwalk will
cut as well. 1:45.
So there's Billwalk cutting the course. Shane will come out of 2 and come down the front straightaway. Peabody's going to go down into corner number 1. We are at 1.5 minutes, and he's a tad early as Corey Peabody. He will not be able to slough off enough speed. Shane is going to hustle down across the start-finish line. Peabody will have to go quickly up and cut through. Billwalk is going way wide. He wants the outside lane.
He may have to still start out there.
Oh, that's right, from last weekend.
Because he only raced in 1 heat. He had to do it in 2. So
you're right. So Corey Peabody will cut through the infield, and he'll go down and join the cast of crew. Now he's going to cut the infield again and go over and join Jimmy Shane and Dave Billwalk.
So Peabody will cut it again.
Shane will go to the buoy line. He's going to be on the inside. Peabody in 2, and Billwalk will be on the outside. That's a great point. He only ran 1 heat at Guntersville, so he's still got 1 more heat to go.
To start on the outside. We're at 40 seconds before the start. Of course, now that we go up under the up under the Madison Milton Bridge, scrub off a little more speed than you could when we turned short of the bridge. So I think everybody's going to be okay. 27 seconds before the start.
20 seconds as they go through the turn 2 sequence. It'll be Shane off the turn first, Peabody off the turn second, Billwalk trailing behind. We are at 8 seconds as they head down towards start finish. Jimmy Shane carrying a whole lot of boat speed down. 3, 2, 1. Good start right here, and Jimmy Shane will lead him across the start finish line. Shane Peabody, Millwalk, 1, 2, 3, down to that treacherous corner number 1. It'll be Jimmy Shane turning left first. Shane negotiates the turn, off the turn, and up the backstretch, and he'll hold the lead by about a rooster tail over Corey Peabody.
And it is Jimmy Shane in the U1, the Goodman Real Estate Home Street Bank, in first place comfortably by about 2 rooster tails over Corey Peabody. Dave Billwalk is in the rooster tail of Corey Peabody. I lost him for a minute. I couldn't see him as they head to the Madison-Milton Bridge for the first time.
It'll be a 3-lapper. They're on lap number 1. Shane gets to the entrance pin of turn 2. He'll turn to the left and head down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Dave Billwalk trying to track down Corey Peabody, and they're going to come out of corner 2 side by side. Peabody, Billwalk side by side. Shane's moved over to the middle of the river. He's coming straight down towards the start-finish line. It'll be Jimmy Shane completing 1 with 2 more to go. 1 down, 2 to go for the Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street. Billwalk will move over into Jimmy Shane's wake in second place. Corey Peabody in third. Billwalk on the outside, Peabody on the inside, and they'll get to turn number 1.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And Dave Billwalk has tried to move over a little cleaner water. Peabody tiptoeing his way through the turn, trying to make up time. He's got the shorter way around, but Billwalk still with about a rooster tail lead over Peabody for third. Jimmy Shane, no problems back to the front of the field, though, as he, as Tim mentioned, moved over to about lane 2 or 3 to get away from the pins. And the race right now is for second. It's all Jimmy Shane at the top end.
Jimmy Shane at the entrance pin of 2. He'll negotiate turn number 2 around the apex, around the exit pin. He'll tighten the turn up a little bit closer this time as Billwalk and Peabody both enter turn number 2. It's Shane down underneath the Milton Madison Bridge. The white flag flying. 1 more lap to go in the Rivertown Bar and Grill, Heat 1A. Jimmy Shane will cross the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Down in second place will be Dave Billwalk in the U40, the Beacon Plumbing, and he is all over the front straightaway, trying to get over in Jimmy Shane's wake. And now second or third to Corey Peabody in the Pinnacle Peak Consulting. Shane off the exit pin of turn number 1.
Yep, looks pretty nice, clean turn there for Jimmy Shane for the final time of this heat. Billwalk, he makes it through all right as well. Peabody halfway through the turn now. Some pretty rough water down there. And he will exit turn 1 and head up the back straightaway. He's pretty much relegated to third. But it's all Jimmy Shane in the U1 Goodman Real Estate Home Street Bank. 1 more turn to go for 400 big points.
Jimmy Shane up to corner number 2. He'll negotiate around the entrance pin. He'll go a little wider this time, Will Shane, off the exit pin as Dave Billwalk gets to the entrance pin of turn 2 in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. Shane underneath the Milton Madison Bridge. Checkered flag flies. A good start for the U1. Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street. Jimmy Shane with a first place finish. Dave Billwalk comes down the front straightaway. A nice run for the U40. Much better performance today than we saw last week. It's Dave Billwalk in the Beacon Plumbing with second. Corey Peabody coming down underneath the bridge and towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. He will finish in third. All pending tech inspection.
Correct.
So it'll be the 1, the 40, the 9 if you're scoring, and write it in pencil until they pass tech inspection, until we get the final until we get the final word from H1 to make sure everybody's off or on the same page. So Heat 1A in the book for the 2021 APBA Gold Cup Madison Regatta. And we'll get interviews when the drivers get back to the pits. We'll step away and take a break and come back with more 2021 Gold Cup action. Madison Regatta presented by Nucor of Madison on Works 96.7.
Into the pit area, followed by Dave Billwalk in the Beacon Plumbing and Corey Peabody as well. Looks like we're also getting ready, folks, for Heat 1B, presented by Rivertown Pizza. That's coming up here in just a matter of minutes. We'll go over that lineup here in just a moment. Both coming back into the pit area. Great way to begin the 2021 Madison
feeling. We know how important a comfortable
Lane 1 might not be the place to be, and you tell a great story that Steve David told you about the inside lane.
Yeah. I asked him before a final one year, you want the inside lane? He goes, ooh, maybe,
Yeah.
but maybe not. But if I'm on the inside lane and I'm hauling butt all the way down to the first corner, I better be doggone sure when I turn left, I'm going to hold my lane all the way through, and I'm not 100% sure I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the inside lane is typically the place to go, but not always.
But not always. The U8, the Miss Tri-Cities, with J. Michael Kelly first to leave the dock, followed by the U11, J&Ds with Jamie Nielsen and Andrew Tate, and the U12, Graham Trucking, all three unlimiteds up and on plane for Heat 1B, coming up in 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
All right, boats down in the lower corner. J. Michael Kelly will lead him out of the corner and up the backstretch. And when you look at J. Michael Kelly, and one of the things that you think about is somebody very, and it's not that anybody else isn't, but he is very tactical for trying to get his timing marks to get the inside lane.
Very much so. See if anybody decides to cut, and that would be J. Michael Kelly. Will cut the Grand Prix course and head toward the start-finish line French straightaway. Andrew Tate and Jamie Nielsen going to go all the way up to turn 2.
Yep. See if he'll go all the way down, or will he cut?
Nope, all the way.
Oh, he's going to go all the way down. Jamie Nielsen and Andrew Tate up in turn 2.
3:15 before the start.
So one boat going up the back stretch, 2 coming down the front straightaway towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Here comes Andrew Tate by start-finish now. Here comes Jamie Nielsen by start-finish now.
Another safety zone that I failed to mention prior to 1A. To the left, the Milton Madison Bridge, just to the west of it. All that infield space, you turn number 10, that space between there, you can't go in there.
Nielsen and just now getting ready to exit turn 1. Andrew Tate up the backstretch. We look toward the upper end of the course. J. Michael Kelly's decided to go all the way down to turn 2 and 2.5 before the start. And to wait and see if we're going to get another cut or 2. Andrew Tate, no. Jamie Nielsen, no.
Now everybody will go up and go through and come back down.
Yep.
So J. Michael Kelly going to have his choice of lanes unless somebody decides to leapfrog. Now JMK will pick up the pace coming down the front straightaway a little bit. Now he gets out of the throttle at 2 minutes to go before the start.
And is he going to cut?
He can't cut till down here.
Yeah, he's okay.
He turned left to go to the inside. So that answers that question.
Yeah, now he's going to cut to the backstretch.
Yeah, because he may be a little quick.
Yeah, I think he is.
So what will Andrew Tate do? Will he go on down? Yep, he's going to go on down.
At 135.
And I think Andrew Tate not in bad shape coming off the corner.
Jay Michael's going to cut up here at the Grand Prix again. So Jay Michael may have hurt himself on that one and may have to go to the outside.
Yeah, well, we're still at 1:20 to go. Of course, you've got a long backstretch to negotiate, so you can scrub off a lot of time
Well,
if you're moving 80 miles an hour.
That's right. And plus, if Jay Michael really wanted to, he could push the issue and get in front of Jamie Nielsen.
Yeah, he could. You're absolutely right.
Mark, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Andrew Tate might be a tick early.
I think he is a tick early. J. Michael Kelly, he's flying up the backstretch. I think he might try to scoot over a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. Boy, Tate, he is early. And boy, J. Michael, I think he's a little early, too. Nielsen might be the best of the three.
Yep, at 40 seconds, and they're going under the bridge. Now Jamie Nielsen getting to the bridge right now to go under it. A half a minute to go before the start. They're really going to have to scrub some speed off.
Looks like Tate's going to be in 2. Yep, J. Michael's inside of him.
No, he's not.
Nope, he's not. Nope, you're right. 10 seconds. It's going to be close. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, looks like a good start, and here Jamie Nielsen will lead him across.
Jamie Nielsen across start finish down to corner number 2. Nielsen in and out of the corner. He'll be first in, but it'll be a lot of red and black with the Graham Trucking. Andrew Tate off the corner first in the Graham Trucking and up the backstretch. Oh! J. Michael Kelly got in the rooster tail of Andrew Tate and went way up in the air. The boat's still upright, and he's still trying to keep it going. Jamie Nielsen in second. It'll be J. Michael Kelly that'll keep it running and keep going, but it'll be Andrew Tate underneath the Milton Madison Bridge. Goodness gracious.
Oh, my, a little bit like last week.
Yeah.
Corey Peabody did the same thing down in Guntersville, but Andrew Tate, he is in and out of turn number 2. There's Jamie Nielsen. Going into 2 now is J. Michael Kelly. Haven't heard anything on the H1 radio yet, so as of right now, we'll call it as it is on the course. It is Andrew Tate, Jamie Nielsen. They're going to have the 12 run an extra lap just in case.
Coming down third place now is J. Michael Kelly in the U8 Miss Tri-Cities. Looks like everything's still attached to his boat.
Yeah, I'll say I don't see anything unless I didn't look at the canard. But Andrew Tate, Jamie Nielsen still down just about a rooster tail behind. He's pedaling like crazy to try to catch up down the back straightaway. As the race is at the front of the field, J. Michael Kelly, he's trying as well after that mishap coming out of turn 1 on lap 1. But it is still Andrew Tate with the lead, followed by Nielsen and Kelly.
It'll be Andrew Tate getting up to corner number 2. Come down to get the white flag in this 3-lap elimination heat 1B. Tate in and out of corner 2, down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Nielsen will be off of corner number 2 as well. Jamie Nielsen keeping the pressure on Andrew Tate. Here's Tate coming down he'll get the green flag, and it'll be the white flag for Jamie Nielsen.
Well, again, there's no penalty. They just told Andrew to run an extra lap. That's just what I heard. So Tate is still in the lead. He's in and out of turn number 1 right now. It's pretty rough, but he negotiates it. Nielsen in second. Still looking for J. Michael Kelly. There he is, just completing his second lap. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, we'll call it as it is on the course. Tate, Nielsen, and Kelly just now getting into turn number 1. But back to the top.
Back to the top of the course, it is Andrew Tate. He stretched his lead out over Jamie Nielsen in the U11 J&Ds to about 2.5 rooster tails. Now Tate will get to the entrance pen right now. So it'll be Andrew Tate off the corner. He'll come down to get the white flag, and we'll have to sort out a little bit of confusion. They're going to have Andrew Tate run the extra lap, as you heard Travis mention, just for precautionary measures. On the water, it's Andrew Tate completing his third lap, but he'll get the white flag. They'll bring the white back in, put the checkered flag out for Jamie Nielsen in the U11 J&Ds. J. Michael Kelly just now coming off corner 2, and he'll come across the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line to get the checkered flag as well. It'll be the Miss Tri-Cities in J. Michael Kelly, Andrew Tate.
He's got the canard, so it doesn't look like anything. Doesn't look hurt on the boat.
Andrew Tate up the backstretch, and he'll finish his final lap. He'll just run an extra one for precaution. Again, on the water, it's the 12, the 11, and the 8. And we'll check with the officials to see how they make if there indeed is a call, and I'll be anxious to see the overhead video of how that one panned out. Because you're right, that almost was a mirror of what we saw in Guntersville.
Yep, last week. So I've got the countdown now, so we're at
this will be
6:20.
down to a 2-boat heat because the 11 has scratched for this one.
Oh, okay.
So they have scratched for this one. So it'll be Dave Billwalk and Andrew Tate.
2-boat heat.
2-boat heat. Again, Jeff Bernard with the victory in the GP heat just finishing up. Bobby Kennedy in the GP 35, or excuse me, Ed Preston in the GP 20 with a second. Bobby Kennedy in the GP 35 with a third, and Andrew Tate in the GP 777 with a 4th place finish. We've got, yep, we're ready to go there.
Yep,
well.
ready to go there.
Okay.
As soon as the boats go out, I'll hit the button.
Gotcha. Thanks for joining us for Unlimited Hydroplane coverage and coverage of the 2021 Madison Regatta. We are powered by Metronet. Visit metronetinc.com to learn more. You're going to love 100% fiber. That is Metronet. Here comes the count. 5-minute gun, green flag on the course, and both lids have been closed on our participants here in Heat 2A. Dave Billwalk in the U40, Beacon Plumbing. Andrew Tate in the U12, Graham Trucking. And it will be Dave Billwalk that'll leave the pit area first in the U40, a 2nd place finish. I'm assuming now that he has his 2 heats, he will be good to go.
I haven't heard anything on the radio, but yeah, I would think he should be okay to go wherever he wants to.
I would think so. And there is indeed, with only 2 boats, you're not horribly concerned with lane choice, but you are concerned. If you're Andrew Tate, you have 400 points in your pocket. That's great. If you're Dave Billwalk, you've got 300 points in your pocket, which is great too.
Yep.
So what's your strategy? So are you going to go out and run hard? Are you going to go out and run as hard as you can to try to finish? If you finish first, great. If you finish second, it's a pretty good consolation prize.
That's a really good question.
Yeah. Now,
yeah, you're right. A good consolation. 300 points, you're still pretty good shape.
Both of these guys are racers, and they're going to race. So
sure. So we shall see as we are at 3:40 before the start as both boats headed to the upper corner.
Up in turn 2 is Andrew Tate and Dave Billwalk. Billwalk coming off of turn 2, coming down the front straightaway. Tate going into turn 2. Billwalk under the bridge and down the front straightaway. The U40, Beacon Plumbing, past the Craig Toyota Body Shop, start-finish line. Had a nice run in his heat this morning, Heat 1A.
Yep. He's down in the lower corner.
Memorial, sponsored by Mark and Linda Wells.
Halfway through, and now Andrew Tate crossing the start-finish line.
They'll walk up the backstretch, and Tate going around the apex pin of 1. He'll come off the corner and head up towards Dave Bellwalk. Bellwalk will cut the course around the Grand Prix.
That is a legal action.
He'll come through.
Yep. 223.
Andrew Tate will go all the way up underneath the Milton Madison Bridge.
There my spot.
Tate under the bridge. Bill walked through 1 and up the backstretch. So under 2 to go before the start. If Dave Bellwalk decides to slide through the Grand Prix course, yes, he will. He will slide through the Grand Prix course and try to cut in front of Andrew Tate to, well, looks like he's going to get, no, he's actually sliding outside.
Yeah.
So Dave Bellwalk will slide outside with now a minute and a half to go.
Yep.
See what Andrew Tate decides to do.
He's going inside.
Well, it could be one of those situations of, no, you take it.
Yeah, no, you take it. Yeah. So Tate's going to have the inside spot, but he's going to be out away from the pins pretty good distance. We're at a minute 15 before the start. They're both in turn 1 now. Exiting turn 1 now is Tate. Bellwalk already has. 2, 1, mark, 1 minute. 1 minute, and Tate trying to pick up the pace. Still got plenty of time to kill, and I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, they come off the corner with just a little over a minute to go, and now as we hit just about 40 seconds at the bridge, now they may be
too early
with a little bit too much throttle right now. Still got a lot of water, got good weather, a lot of water, and a lot of time to get down. Now under 30 seconds to go.
We're down to 20. They're going to have to creep down the straightaway here. 15.
Yep, here we go. They
10,
come under the bridge.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. It's a good start. And it'll be Bernard. It'll be a Bellwalk leading him across the line. Headed down to the lower corner. It's Bellwalk on the outside. It's Tate on the inside. But there's Andrew Tate, the shorter way around. Hits a big hole down there, though. Scrubs off some speed. Still looking for Dave Bellwalk. Can't find him.
He's in the rooster tail.
Yep, he's in the rooster tail. You're exactly right. Tate successfully negotiates the lower corner. Halfway up the back straightaway. He's got about a half a rooster tail lead.
He's got about a half a rooster tail lead over Dave Bellwalk as they head up towards the Milton Madison Bridge. It's Tate on the inside, Bellwalk on the outside. Bellwalk trying to keep pace on the outside, get good water and keep the RPMs up. They hit the entrance pin of 2. It's Tate that turns left first. Bellwalk will be right behind. He's just a couple of boat lengths behind now. There he shows his nose as they both come out just almost side by side. It is Tate off first, Bellwalk off second. Under the bridge is Tate. Under the bridge is Bellwalk towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. It'll be Andrew Tate by now about 4 boat lengths as they cross start-finish.
Boats rocking back and forth, sponson to sponson as Tate gets down to the lower corner first. Bellwalk on the outside, lap 2 of 3. There's Tate. See the spray of Bellwalk, makes it through the corner just fine. Bellwalk swings it wide, keeps the RPMs up. He's now about a rooster tail behind. It is Andrew Tate in the black and white. Graham Trucking with the lead, followed by Dave Bellwalk and the Beacon Plumbing second.
Up towards the Milton Madison Bridge again. They'll come down and take the white flag. It is Andrew Tate that has stretched the lead out to just a little over a rooster tail as they head underneath the bridge. Bellwalk still on the outside. Tate still on the inside. He'll turn left, will Andrew Tate. It'll be Dave Bellwalk trying to close the gap to try to shorten up his turn. He actually comes out a little wider this time, does Bellwalk. He's out in lane 4, and Tate will stretch the lead out as they come down to the start-finish line to take the white flag. It'll be Andrew Tate by a rooster tail and a half as they cross the start-finish line, completing lap number 2.
Ooh, a layer under the boat of the 12 there. Allows Bellwalk to catch up a little bit. White flag lap one more time around as Tate will get down to the entrance pin first. He'll hang it on the hook, so will Bellwalk. Tate will exit 1 now. Bellwalk exits 1 now. It's still a rooster tail lead, and Andrew Tate halfway home on the final lap for another heat victory here in Madison.
After the way that Beacon Plumbing ran last weekend in Guntersville, they'll take what they get today, and indeed it's an improved performance from last weekend. But it's Andrew Tate looking to make it 2 heat wins in a row. He's underneath the bridge and up to the entrance pin of 2. Now Bellwalk underneath the bridge. He's about a rooster tail and a half behind. He's to the entrance pin of 2. Andrew Tate off the corner and down the Indiana side of the Ohio River. Tate will come down to the checkered flag and pick up another 400 points. Pending tech inspection. It is underneath the Milton Madison Bridge, the U12 Graham Trucking. And it's the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line for the victory for Andrew Tate. Second place, a couple of rooster tails behind to Dave Bellwalk in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. 300 points for the Beacon Plumbing team. So a couple of second-place finishes for Bellwalk here this afternoon. A couple of first-place finishes for Andrew Tate with another set of elimination heats to go. Tate with the win, Bellwalk with the runner-up position. Again, the U11 was a scratch in this Heat 2A. They are a scratch for 2A only. We'll have to find out what the issue is with the J&Ds, but Jamie Nielsen not able to come off the trailer and make the start. So we'll see what the problem is with the J&Ds, but it was a scratch for 2A only. So the boat's coming back to the dock area. With that, we'll step away, take a break, and come back with our post-race Heat 2A interviews as you listen to Madison Regatta coverage on Works 96.7.
It's your anniversary today. You could have arrived empty-handed, but you exist in a world
As the countdown continues. 3-boat heat.
640.
A lot of work on the Grand Prix is going on down below us.
It is a tough thing to do. You know,
They'll come up with their additional heats coming up in just a bit.
I said, here, watch this. And they watched it, they realized, oh yeah, they couldn't just get in there and strap in and drive.
Rob Connett downstairs got something for us. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, Tim talked to crew members of the U11 as they scratched in Heat 2A. They said it was a sponson that was damaged in the first heat race earlier this afternoon, so the team is grinding, trying to fix that sponson. They're hoping they will still be good for the final later today.
All right, thank you, Rob, very much. If anybody can do wonders with a grinder, it's Scott Rainey.
Scott Rainey,
So,
yep.
yeah, they're going to try to get things ready to go for the final. May not see him out in the third section.
Obviously, that wasn't an issue with any contact. It could have been hit a hole, could have hit a piece of debris. Not 100% sure on that as we're closing in on 5.5 now before the start of 2B.
Umbrella comes off of Jimmy Shane. They'll close the lid on him. Umbrella's off Corey Peabody. They'll close the lid on him.
Lid already closed on the 8.
Yep.
J. Michael Kelly.
15. We'll now hear from Howard Shaw with H1 Unlimited.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. 5 minutes and green flags on the course. And here we go.
Here we go indeed.
Jimmy Shane. J. Michael Kelly moving. And Corey Peabody moving. Everybody headed toward the Ohio River for the Jim McCormick Memorial Heat 2B. Kelly gets up on plane. J. Michael Kelly, or Jimmy Shane up on plane. J. Michael Kelly already on plane. Corey Peabody trying to do that. Pardon me now. Excuse me.
Well, as always, this 5-minute warm-up period will be rather interesting to see.
Yeah, well, we know we talk quite often about J. Michael Kelly's pinch hit for getting the inside lane, and Jimmy Shane not afraid to mix it up in there as well either.
And again, same scenario here we saw in the last heat. How hard do you want to run?
Yep.
How much do you want to lay out? Again, long day, still got another elimination heat to go after this one and the final. You got to make it to the final. You got to make it on the front row. You don't want to do anything silly. You just want to advance and make sure you're on the front row, the top row of that final field. You don't want to be one of the two trailers. You want to be up on the front line to try to do what you want to do in order to win the Gold Cup and this 111th running of the Gold Cup.
Everybody up to the upper corner. Well, that answers one of my questions. Is anybody going to cut the course early? But it's not just yet. J. Michael Kelly down, or Jimmy Shane, I should say, down. Across start-finish line. Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. J. Michael Kelly with 3 minutes to go. He is coasting across the start-finish line. Jimmy Shane hard into turn 1. Corey Peabody, he's coming down at a pretty good clip, heading to the lower corner. Shane in and out of turn 1. Kelly's picked up the pace, getting to the entrance pin now. Peabody down, 2:40 before the start. And I would say if there's going to be any games, this is where it's going to start.
It'll start right now as J. Michael Kelly comes off the exit pin of 1 and goes up the backstretch. Corey Peabody will follow suit. Jimmy Shane up in front.
Headed up. Now, what's Kelly do?
We'll see. Will he go all the way up? Will he cut?
And he won't cut. Not yet.
Corey Peabody will go all the way up as well. I think if you're going to see somebody cut the course, it will be J. Michael Kelly coming down on this end this next time.
2 minutes.
With Jimmy Shane out in front of him. JMK can kind of pick and choose what he wants to do based on how much time he feels like he has to kill.
1 minute, 45 seconds until the start. 1:45 away.
Jimmy Shane coming down slowly.
Carol Lyons family and Millennium Tool.
Yeah, I think at this pace, you can't afford to cut from front to back.
Yep. Here comes Jimmy Shane. Everybody running at about 80 mile an hour, give or take. Shane comes across start-finish line. J. Michael Kelly of the Tri-Cities comes across. You cutting out? Yep.
There he goes. I think that's too early, though.
He's at 1:10 right now, and he's going to have to scrub off a lot of speed.
Absolutely.
He's got well
Corey
over
Peabody
a minute.
cuts.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So Peabody and Kelly both cut, and I believe JMK is way early. Peabody's probably better. Jimmy Shane, I think, is in the catbird seat where he's at.
I would say so at just under 50 seconds, but again, J. Michael Kelly he has got all kinds of time to scrub up now. We've seen him before. He's zigzagged before.
Yeah, he has. 35.
But the 80-mile-an-hour rule is not enforced right away. It's checked on the box with GPS after the heat.
25. So right now, Kelly in 1, Peabody in 2, Shane in 3. 20 seconds.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Kelly's still early. He's out front, 14. Here we go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, boy, it's close.
Boy, they hit it right on the
Oh,
first
my. It's under review as Jimmy Shane leads him across. And J. Michael Kelly will have the inside. Corey Peabody caught in a wall of water in the middle of those two, but Kelly gets there first. There's Jimmy Shane trying to come out in lane number 3 as they're through turn 1. Here comes Peabody, but now Kelly starts to stretch the lead out a little bit as they're halfway up the back straightaway.
It is J. Michael Kelly by a couple of boat lengths as they head up towards the bridge. It'll be Kelly on the inside, Shane in 2. Peabody trailing by about 3 Rooster Tails coming back, and now it's J. Michael Kelly that'll lead him into turn 2. J. Michael Kelly, Jimmy Shane, 1 and 2. J. Michael Kelly hooked a little bit up in the corner, and Jimmy Shane comes out side by side with J. Michael Kelly in the Miss Tri-Cities. It is the Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street with the lead coming down the front straightaway. 1 lap down, 2 more to go. Jimmy Shane out of lane 3 across the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line.
You're exactly right. J. Michael cut a couple of rollers up there, but he's trying to close the distance on the inside of the course as we're on lap number 2. There's Shane. There's Kelly. Kelly's moved over, but Shane with a nice turn. Pretty good. J. Michael Kelly, yep, pretty good. It was a good start.
There you go.
So there you go. So Kelly and Shane hit it right on the money, and J. Michael Kelly, Rooster Tail behind, trying to catch up to Jimmy Shane. Corey Peabody through turn 1 on this end.
Up towards turn number 2, it is Jimmy Shane with a 1 Rooster Tail lead over J. Michael Kelly in the Miss Tri-Cities. It'll be Shane to the corner first. It will now be Kelly to the corner after that. It is Jimmy Shane cutting his turn down just a little bit. He'll cut the turn a little shorter this time, square it off. It'll be Jimmy Shane coming down the front straightaway. The white flag is out. He has stretched his lead out to 2 Rooster Tails now over J. Michael Kelly. Kelly's moved to the outside. Jimmy Shane will complete lap number 2 in the white flag. J. Michael Kelly in second. Corey Peabody in third.
Well, trying to get a little cleaner water as J. Michael Kelly's moved to the outside, but it's a longer way around as Shane through the lower corner, looks pretty good. A couple of hops, but not too bad. Kelly down there right now hits a big hop, another big hop, but he successfully negotiates the lower corner. Corey Peabody crossing the start-finish line. He's into turn number 1, but Shane now stretching it out to 3 Rooster Tails, running away with Heat 2B.
Started on the outside, did Jimmy Shane, but he had a good amount of power going through him and J. Michael Kelly with a good first lap duel, but it was Jimmy Shane taking over on lap 1 in corner 2. Shane into corner 2 for the final time. He'll come off the exit pin of 2 and come down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. Shane off the corner. Now Kelly will come off the corner. Checkered flag is flying. It is Jimmy Shane coming down towards the insurance buoys in the U1. Goodman Real Estate presents Miss Home Street, winner of Heat 2B. Second place to J. Michael Kelly in the U8, Miss Tri-Cities. And third place will be Corey Peabody in the U9, Pinnacle Peak Consulting. And you hit the nail right on the head in the first turn. Corey Peabody a little tardy at the start, and all he had when he got down to turn 1 was a whole lot of water to deal
my
with.
goodness, he looked up and it was nothing but rooster tails in the first turn, and because of that, you're exactly right. He had to go outside. He didn't have anywhere to go.
So it's Jimmy Shane with the first place finish. He and Andrew Tate with a perfect weekend of heat so far this weekend. Second place to J. Michael Kelly. Third again to Corey Peabody. The Goodman Real Estate presents Home Street Bank, the Miss Tri-Cities, and the Pinnacle Peak Consulting 1, 2, and 3 respectively. As always, pending tech inspection.
Write it in pencil.
Write it in pencil indeed. So Ed Preston in the GP20 with a second, Bobby Kennedy in the GP35 with a third, and Andrew Tate in the GP777 with a fourth place finish. We've got, we're ready to go there.
Yep,
as well.
ready to go there.
Okay.
As soon as the votes go out, I'll hit the button.
Gotcha. Thanks for joining us for Unlimited Hydroplane coverage and coverage of the 2021 Madison Regatta. We are powered by Metronet. Visit metronetinc.com to learn more. You're going to love 100% fiber. That is Metronet. Here comes the count. 5-minute gun, green flag on the course, and both lids have been closed on our participants here in Heat 2A. Dave Billwalk in the U40, Beacon Plumbing. Andrew Tate in the U12, Graham Trucking. And it will be Dave Billwalk that'll leave the pit area first in the U40, a second place finish. I'm assuming now that he has his 2 heats, he will be good to go.
I haven't heard anything on the radio, but yes, I would think he should be okay to go wherever he wants to.
I would think so. And there is indeed, with only 2 boats, you're not horribly concerned with
True
lane choice, but you are concerned. If you're Andrew Tate, you have 400 points in your pocket. That's great. If you're Dave Billwalk, you've got 300 points in your pocket, which is great too.
Yep.
So what's your strategy? So are you going to go out and run hard? Are you going to go out and run as hard as you can to try to finish? If you finish first, great. If you finish second, it's a pretty good consolation prize.
That's a really good question.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah, you're right. A good consolation. I know, right?
I'm gonna have to get in front of you. I can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry.
Get out of the way there. So, closing in on the 5 to the 5 for Unlimited 3A. Andrew Tate in the cockpit of the 12. Same goes for Corey Peabody and J. Michael Kelly. Oh, we are at the 5-minute gun. I'm sorry. I apologize. We must have missed the 5 to the 5, so we are inside 5 minutes before the start of Unlimited 3A. As Andrew Tate heads out, Corey Peabody heads out, J. Michael Kelly heads out. All three H1 Unlimiteds are the nose pointed to the middle of the Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse here on the Ohio River in Madison, Indiana. Appreciate you listening. Again, on Works 96.7 FM, WORX, or online at WORXradio.com as Corey Peabody, little stall action, but gets it re-spooled and heads out. I'm Travis Calvert. That's Tim Torrance. And we are now at mark 4 minutes. 4 minutes before the start as Tate comes in and out of turn 1. J. Michael Kelly already up the back straightaway. Corey Peabody just now entering the lower corner as we get set for what should be an exciting Unlimited 3A.
Andrew Tate has a dog in the fight, obviously.
Yep, 2 for 2 so far today.
But that being said, nothing silly here from the 12.
Yeah.
Corey Peabody, J. Michael Kelly, Corey Peabody especially with 2 third-place finishes.
Yep.
He's got to have his best effort right here to make sure he's on the front row of the final.
Exactly. And again, somebody's going to get behind the 8 ball and be the first trailer.
Yep.
And it could very well be Corey Peabody after as good as he was last weekend.
Yeah.
And been less than a great performance from him today as J. Michael Kelly heads toward the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line as Tate and Peabody come out of 3 minutes before the start.
J. Michael Kelly in front of the start-finish line. Here comes Andrew Tate hustling down the front straightaway in the 12, the Graham Trucking. And Corey Peabody.
So everybody down the lower corner. J. Michael Kelly in and out of turn 1. Tate at the apex of the turn. Did you start this?
Yes.
You're there. Okay. So coming down, Tate, Peabody in and out of turn 1. 2:20 before the start, and seen any shenanigans yet?
Not yet. Everybody's been looping around. We'll see what Andrew Tate does with J. Michael Kelly up underneath the bridge. And Tate will also go all the way up. Let's see what Corey Peabody does.
I think at this point you probably should go all the way.
All the way up at just less than 2 minutes to go before the start.
Now this is going to be interesting as both he and Tate, he being J. Michael Kelly, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tate cut it right here past the start-finish line.
Wouldn't surprise me at all either.
I don't think J. Michael can. 140.
No, but I didn't think he could the last time, and he did.
That's true. Well, he's slowing down. Nope, he's going to go down. Now, let's see what Tate does with 126.
And Corey Peabody coming right up next to him as they cross the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line where Andrew Tate cut. Nope, they'll all go down through.
115. J. Michael might want to scrub off a little speed there.
Where was he at? Seattle a couple, 3 years ago, down the front straightaway, trying to scrub off speed. Went from buoy line to insurance line.
And I believe they thought about calling something on him, but I don't think they
really didn't necessarily have a rule in place to do that.
No,
because
I mean,
there was nobody else on the front straightaway.
Exactly. He was just trying to scrub off speed.
Yep.
So 50 seconds. Might be a little early again. Tate, it's hard to tell. I can't tell if Tate's going to be on the inside. I think Kelly's got to be on the inside.
I think Kelly's on the inside. Tate will be in 2 and Peabody in 3.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right as we get down to about a half a minute to go before the start.
Drones footage. Kelly in 1, Tate in 2, Peabody in 3. 25 seconds.
J. Michael Kelly will come out a little deeper.
15.
Now, J. Michael will have to slow down as they get to the bridge.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark should be a good start, and it's the 2 silver silver boats and the black boat, red boat in the middle, as Kelly and Peabody will lead them across the line and head down into turn number 1. And they get down there into the first turn, and it's J. Michael Kelly in the U8 Miss Tri-Cities looking for somebody on the inside. There's Andrew Tate trying to close down. He's in the rooster tail, but he's okay. And they'll scream up the back straightaway. It's Kelly, it's Tate, and it's Peabody. Actually, Peabody's in second.
Peabody in second, Tate in third. J. Michael Kelly will lead him up in the U8 Miss Tri-Cities. About a half a rooster tail back to Corey Peabody in the U9. About 3 boat lengths back to Andrew Tate in the U12 as they get to the entrance pin of 2. J. Michael Kelly will lead him into 2. He's going to cut that turn close. He comes out right next to the exit pin. J. Michael Kelly with a great turn up in 2. Corey Peabody with a great turn. Andrew Tate with another good turn. And they come down the front straightaway. It'll be Andrew Tate leading him by about a half a rooster tail. J. Michael Kelly across the start-finish line, leader of lap number 1. Corey Peabody second.
Kelly, Peabody, Tate, end of lap 1. We're down to the lower corner again. And J. Michael Kelly, smooth ride. He's around.
J. Michael Kelly hooked the boat, but he came out right side up. He's trying to re-spool it. They're going to let him continue racing. As far as I know, it'll be the U9, the Pinnacle Peak Consulting with Corey Peabody. He will be in first place. 2 boat lengths back to Andrew Tate. Tate trying to catch up on the inside. J. Michael Kelly will re-spool the U8 Miss Tri-Cities.
I think he's got it going. So back to the top of the course.
It'll be Tate on the inside. It'll be Peabody on the outside. Corey Peabody trying to tighten the turn up. They're going to be a drag race to the start-finish line. It'll be Andrew Tate, Corey Peabody, white flag out. 1 more lap to go. It'll be coming down to start-finish. And Andrew Tate, Corey Peabody. It'll be Corey Peabody by a nose at the start-finish line.
Well, J. Michael Kelly's trying to get re-spooled. He's got back up on plane, but it's going to be interesting when they get over here. It's Peabody. It's Tate. They're catching up to J. Michael Kelly. He's trying to get out of the way, but Tate and Peabody are going to have to go outside of him, and because of that, Peabody has to swing wide, and Andrew Tate's going to be able to pick him up, and they're going to scream by J. Michael Kelly. It's Peabody by a half a boat length halfway up the back stretch on the final lap.
It is final lap. It is Corey Peabody and Andrew Tate side by side. J. Michael Kelly limping up the backstretch now, but they'll get to the entrance pin of 2 side by side. Checkered flag will wait for them when they get here. We'll see who makes the better turn. Peabody on the outside, Tate on the inside. I think Tate had a better turn. See how much boat speed they carried down to the start-finish line. They were both awful loose coming down last time. They're awful loose this time. They are side by side. It looks like Andrew Tate might have the better line. Andrew Tate will get the victory by a boat length.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
What a race.
Andrew Tate at the finish line by a boat length over Corey Peabody, and this was J. Michael Kelly's heat to win, but the first turn, as it does here at Madison, came up and bit him. He was lucky to end up right side up with J. Michael Kelly, but he is going to have to go 1 more lap to finish third.
Yep. He needs to pick up those points.
Yes,
because
sir.
It could be extremely interesting of how things go plan out, because that'll be a 2nd and 2/3 for J. Michael Kelly this weekend, as he is limping around the lower corner as Tate and Peabody are cooling down up there. And what a race for them two.
It was indeed a race. When J. Michael Kelly got to turn 1 for the second time, he had the lead, but the boat took a big hop around the apex pin, ended up swapping ends with the nose of the boat pointing the wrong way on the race course when he went dead. But the good news was he had stayed right side up. He was able to collect his thoughts and restart, and he's going up the backstretch right now in order to come around and pick up 225 very, very, very important
A perfect 3 for 3. He and Andrew Tate would have 3 heat wins this weekend. And the 40 having issues again on getting the fuse lit. Same problem they had on yesterday.
Yep. Dustin Eccles will look at the front of the boat. Now they're going to point the nose out more towards the middle of the river, so maybe everything is a go. Oh, my, got a big fire. There goes Dave Vilwalk.
All right.
Jimmy Shane in turn number 1 as we have boats, a 2-boat field coming out for heat 3B. Jimmy Shane, Dave Vilwalk. 67-year-old Dave Vilwalk, 31-year-old Jimmy Shane.
3:25 before the start as Shane heads toward turn 1, turn 2. And Dave Vilwalk on the lower corner.
Hey, Doc, quick question.
Okay.
If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll.
Jimmy Shane up in turn 2 right now. Dave Vilwalk going up the backstretch as we have less than 3 minutes to go before the start. Not going to be a whole lot of strategy here for either driver.
No.
They're both going to make it to the final heat. All you got to do is run a clean heat and bring it back to the dock as Dave Vilwalk goes through the infield in the U40 Beacon Plumbing.
I think this heat will be more about where do I want to run than the final.
Right. A learning experience, if you will, to figure out what you want to do coming up at 5:30.
And Jimmy said they had a strategy going into heat 2. Might have been, hey, let's go outside.
Yeah.
And sure enough, of course, Jay Michael was inside like he likes to be. And he said, just wanted to see what our combatants would do, and they did exactly what we thought they'd do.
Right.
So there you go.
Take that for what it's worth.
That's right. So 2:05 before the start. Shane up the backstretch. Vilwalk up the backstretch. They'll probably go all the way, I would think.
I would say. I don't know if Vilwalk will or not. Nope. He's going to cut the infield. Dave Vilwalk doesn't want to run all the way up through the upper turn.
To mess up some water again, and Vilwalk is so good at doing. I think this is practice coming up for the course.
So Dave Vilwalk through the infield and down the front straightaway with a minute and a half left to go before the start.
So Vilwalk headed towards turn 1. Jimmy Shane just now crossing the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. And we're headed to the lower corner. Let's see what happens.
Like Dave Vilwalk will kind of hang outside. He looks like he's in 2. We'll see if Jimmy Shane will go inside or outside of him.
Well, our good friend Dave Campbell, Dave Vilwalk all these years doesn't like lane 1 here.
No, he does not. No, and he's won for about every lane.
Oh, well. Yeah. So, yep, that's what we're going to have. We're going to have Shane on the inside and Vilwalk on the outside as we head to the upper corner, as we are now at 45 seconds.
Just looking to run it and bring it back to the dock and get ready for the final. Under 40 seconds to go before the start. And again, it'll be Shane on the inside, Vilwalk on the outside as they approach the Milton Madison Bridge. 30 seconds before the start.
I think we're pretty good.
Yep. And it will be off the corner for Shane at 15 seconds. They'll head to the bridge at about 10 seconds. And here we go. Shane on the inside, Vilwalk on the outside. They've got it down. They're coming to the line. It looks like it could be a pretty good start, and it is.
Yep.
It'll be Jimmy Shane that'll carry good boat speed down to corner number 1. Shane will be there first. He'll go in first. Shane will be there around the apex, around the exit pin, and up the backstretch. Dave Vilwalk about a half a rooster tail back now as they come off the corner. It'll be Shane up the backstretch, and then Vilwalk to follow About 7 or 8 boat lengths ahead now for Jimmy Shane as he heads up towards the bridge. It'll be Jimmy Shane and then Dave Bellwalk. He'll stretch it out to about 3/4 of a rooster tail, will Shane, as they go underneath the Milton Madison Bridge on lap number 1 of 3. Final elimination heat before we get to the finals. Shane up in corner number 2 in the Goodman Real Estate presents Miss Home Street. Off the corner and down the front straightaway. Bellwalk going wide out in lane number 4 off of corner number 2. It'll be Shane off the corner and down underneath the bridge. He stretched that lead out to about a rooster tail and a half. It'll be Jimmy Shane, lap 1 down, 2 more to go, and the Goodman Real Estate presents Miss Home Street.
It is Jimmy Shane headed toward turn 1 for the second time. Dave Bellwalk, as Tim mentioned, about a rooster tail and a half behind as he'll get down to the lower corner again for lap number 2. And the apex looks pretty good. Exit pin looks pretty good. Same thing for Dave Bellwalk. He will successfully negotiate the lower corner as well on lap number 2. It's still Jimmy Shane, followed by Dave Bellwalk. The margin now about 2 rooster tails.
Rooster tail, or the Beacon Plumbing really riding high in the water. Dave Bellwalk walking it back and forth from sponson to sponson as he has all day long down the front straightaway. It'll be Shane under the bridge and to the entrance pin of corner 2. He's there now. Dave Bellwalk trails. He is now to the entrance pin of 2. Shane off the exit pin. He's coming out in about lane number 3. He's off the exit pin and down underneath the Milton Madison Bridge. It's the Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street. They come down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. White flag out for Jimmy Shane. 2 rooster tail lead for the U1 as he crosses start-finish. Dave Bellwalk. He comes across start-finish right now in the U40 Beacon Plumbing.
Last time to the lower corner. Ooh, a big hop for Dave Bellwalk coming down the front stretch, but he'll bring it back down. Shane in and out of turn 1, pretty good. Bellwalk, same thing, in and out of turn 1, and he's
going to make a move.
Yeah, he sure is. He's really pedaling that thing. It's down to just a rooster tail now. See what happens in the upper corner.
It'll be Jimmy Shane now by a rooster tail over Dave Bellwalk. Bellwalk trying to make a heat of it, and I've seen Bellwalk race enough times to know the final lap for him, if he's trailing, is where he makes his move. Bellwalk still around a rooster tail back of Jimmy Shane. Shane has him covered, but needs to make sure he's got that yellow and black boat in his rearview mirror where it's a safe bet that he's going to come home with a victory to make it 3 in a row. Shane off the corner, underneath the bridge, down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. It is Jimmy Shane making it 3 up and 3 down for the U1. Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street. First place in Heat 3B. Second place to Dave Bellwalk in the U40, Miss Beacon Plumbing. They started, they finished, no incidents, everybody was clean. Now we can get ready for the final.
Absolutely, they'll bring it back around, put it on the trailer, refuel it, and we should have a final here pretty quickly, I would think. And wrap up this 2021 Madison Regatta and ABA Gold Cup 111 times.